SCP-2295, also referred to as the Bear with a Heart of Patchwork, is a safe class object under the SCP Foundation's containment. It's a patchwork teddy bear with varying colors of fabric used to construct its form, and it helps the sick or injured people. It has a small ribbon bow around its neck and an anatomically correct heart pin on the left side of its torso, where the heart resides in a human. Tests confirm that no components of SCP-2295 contain any anomalous chemical properties. SCP-2295 enters an active state when within 2 meters of a human sustaining major trauma to any organ. It immediately starts to perform the treatment on them. If there are 2 or more possible subjects, SCP-2295 will invariably choose the youngest subject and saves him. SCP-2295 will anomalously produce scissors, white thread, and either sewing needles or a crocheting hook from its mouth, and use any fabric or stuffing in close proximity to fashion an instance of SCP-2295-1, which is a patchwork imitation of the subject's organ. SCP-2295-1 vanishes from sight, and the subject falls into a state of unconsciousness. SCP-2295-1 instances then replace the subject's damaged organ via anomalous means. The whereabouts of organs replaced this way are undetermined. If there is no usable material in close proximity, SCP-2295 will use fabric and stuffing from itself. SCP-2295 regenerates 1 gram of stuffing every day until completely replacing any lost or used stuffing from its body. And if the fabric used this way does not regenerate, an additional fabric must be placed near SCP-2295 for the purpose of self-mending. When the individual receiving SCP-2295's treatment awakens, they'll be cured of their ailment, with the patchwork replica having replaced the original and functioning perfectly. It's unknown till now how these organs are even functioning. Every documented case of SCP-2295's healing have been successful, with subjects making complete recoveries. When not active, SCP-2295 is kept in a standard containment locker within Storage Wing 25 in Site 37. SCP-2295 is shown to be sweet and caring, and only wants to cure and help people. Unlike most SCPs, SCP-2295 is good-natured and selfless, with no qualms about being put to work or even sacrificing its own material to save someone else's life. There have been no negative side effects to any of SCP-2295's procedures. There are a number of treatments so far which SCP-2295 has performed on individuals who are living a healthy life now and are fully recovered. In one such instance, the teddy bear SCP performed surgery on a 38-years-old D-Class personnel. He had heavily damaged lungs as a result of 25 years of smoking. SCP-2295 created SCP-2295-1 using one black textile swatch and one red textile swatch. Then it went ahead with the surgery. And now the new lungs act at a capacity similar to those of healthy adult lungs. In one more instance, a 50-year-old individual was diagnosed with frequent heart palpitations and severe atherosclerosis. SCP-2295 crocheted the individual using various surrounding yarns. The individual observed to have a heartbeat before vanishing. After a successful transfer, how he manages to perform function despite absorbent properties of material and multiple gaps in design is unknown. Symptoms will no longer be present in the subject. And similarly, in one event inside the SCP Foundation, a 24-year-old D-Class personnel received first and second-degree burns ranging throughout upper torso, left lateral, and right leg, and sedated during a testing. SCP-2295 sewed two 5-meter by 5-meter sections of patchwork fabric. After cutting appropriately sized swatches and manually placing one layer onto subjects' affected areas, creating multiple instances of SCP-2295-1, and then repeats this process. The created layers act as dermis and epidermis, and upon recovery, the individual claims to have retained feeling in replaced skin. He makes a full recovery. And this is a few among those many heroic acts which SCP-2295 has performed so far. This is no less than any magic. Just by replacing and sewing few pieces onto the subject's body, giving them a full recovery is really strange. How is SCP-2295 even doing this? The SCP agents are still looking for an answer. But anyway, it's a good thing that SCP-2295 is helping out those in the SCP Foundation who needs help in emergency situation and saving lives. SCP-2295 is right now kept inside a standard containment locker within Storage Wing 25 in Site-37. Personnel with only Level 3 or higher security clearance are authorized to perform tests on SCP-2295 after filling out the appropriate paperwork. SCP-2295 is very similar to another teddy bear SCP, known as SCP-1048. However, the difference between them is SCP-1048 is villainous in nature, and it comes under Keter class. It's a mass murderer teddy bear that creates duplicates of itself out of human flesh. SCP-1048 is a very intelligent SCP, but the drawback is that it uses its powers to cause destruction. Regardless of these amazing treatments and healing capabilities of SCP-2295, there are limits to even SCP-2295's healing capabilities. This was proved when a test was conducted with SCP-2295 presented with an 18-year-old boy suffering from cerebral hemorrhage. After observing the patient, SCP-2295 became distressed and, after searching through its materials, abandoned its efforts altogether. Instead of creating a replica brain, SCP-2295 offered its patient a chocolate bar and hugged his leg for the rest of the test, producing a saline solution from its eye, replicating tears. This suggests that the brain is the only organ SCP-2295 is unable to replicate. And that was today's story, guys. Comment and let me know how'd you like it. And please subscribe to my channel, guys, if you want to see more Draw My Story horror videos like this one. Till then, bye.